Hello everybody and welcome back to Coldborough Park Farm. So just to clarify for those of you who didn't watch my final video on Chellington Farm, we have indeed finished that series, so there won't be any more on Chellington. That does mean that we are going to have more episodes of Coldborough Park Farm and also Wexcombe Manor Farm for the next couple of weeks. Now you might see a vote in this video, and that is where you can decide what you want us to do. We can either start a brand new map and have that as an interactive series, or we can convert this map into the interactive series, but it's totally up to you. Please vote, and obviously the winning vote is what we will do. Initially I was going to do a silage harvest today. We're still going to do it, but it is going to be delayed by a couple of episodes, maybe even just one episode. The reason for this is because I'm told there is a glitch with the silage pits. So instead of getting everything sorted out and then filling the silage pit and clamping it, we're just going to wait. Because if there is an issue, it isn't worth doing the work first of all. So I'm hoping it's going to be in the next episode we do that. We'll be using a Class Jaguar. But instead today we're going to have to work on the pigs. Now this is going to be quite an in-depth job. We've got a lot to do. Luckily, we actually own the water tanker, as we needed it for the sheep. So that is a good step in the right direction. One thing is though, I was told that there is a water source on this map. Now before I didn't actually know there was one. If you can find a water source and it's real water, sounds like a strange thing to say, but if it is real water, it should be free. If it's just like a water texture, you won't be able to fill it up from it. But I haven't seen it in person, in real life. I haven't seen it in person, but as far as I'm aware, it's down near field number 19. So let's go and get the Bowser. We'll take it to field 19, which we don't actually own, so we're kind of trespassing on another farmer's land. But it's free water. Water is expensive in this game, so we have to try and use what we can from the local environment. That, even if it does mean crossing somebody else's land. Anyway, yes, I think it is up here. I think the tanker is down at Chantry Farm. I would have used the Massey Ferguson, but we've got rid of it to be able to afford the John Deere. But we had to really, because we needed a higher horsepower tractor. And the John Deere is a very good tractor for cultivating, powering the baler, maybe even seeding. There is a possibility the Bowser will already have some water in it, which we've already paid for. It's over here. Oh, look! Some more money. We can sell the front loader. That is where the tractor used to be. It would be this one here. I don't think we need to have a tractor with a front loader, as we're going to buy a telehandler at some point. Now, how much water do we have in here? 81% full! Wow, that is good. I will just check and see if the sheep want any more before we do leave this farm, as I'll likely be leaving this over at the Yatton Ridge farm. Right, is that close enough? Oh, yep, that's good. So although it is only 19% space left remaining in this thing, I still want to go over to field 19 just to find out for myself if it is real water, if we can fill it up from there. So we'll just open up the gates here and we'll head through. It'd be nice to own these fields. We should buy them if we can afford them in the future. Obviously not yet. We can't afford them yet. Okay. So the gate is currently in the way. I'll reverse back and then shut it. There we go. Right, okay, so the water source is somewhere over here. This is field 19. It looks like real water. That's brilliant. I'm guessing this has been added in for this exact reason, to be able to fill your water tanker up for free. It's a bit choppy, very ripply. But here goes, it should be free. Need to go a bit further back. eventually it will recognise that we're here. Oh, that's weird. There we go, finally. It's only half submerged. That's good. At least we have the power of the New Holland here. Okay, so with that done, we're going to drive over to Yatten Ridge Farm. I don't think there is another way out of here. There's one of the forests. We'll do that at some point. We'll harvest, well, we'll cut down some of the trees and probably chip them. Let's spin around here. There could be a gate up. There is a gate up there, actually. Yes, there is. We can get out over here. Whoever's land this is, they probably are going to be pretty angry with us. I'm sorry, neighbouring farm. We won't do it again. We better shut their gate. Otherwise we will be in trouble. Where's it gone? Ah, here it is. Okay, let's go. Over to Yatten Ridge Farm. The water is the #1 priority, followed by food, both being fairly high up the list of priority. I got quite an interesting comment the other day. It was about using beacons, and somebody said, I work on a farm in real life and we never use our beacons. Why do you use yours in Farming Simulator so much? Well, one of the main reasons why I use beacons quite a bit is because a lot of people like it when I use them. In fact, that is probably the main reason. But also, if we are on a road, I just tend to do it out of habit, even if we don't have to. So that is pretty much your answer to it. That is why I use beacons. Because they're there. It probably sounds like a bit of a childish reply to the comment which you left, but honestly, that is true. They're fun to use. Right, here are the pigs. Let's give them their water. This is their water trough just over here. I have now mastered working out which is which trough, which is the feed and which is the water. This is definitely water. There we go. They don't take very much. Maybe it's because we don't have many pigs. That could be the reason. Oh, I've just driven in their trough. Now let's put this over here. I was going to leave it at this farm. Oh, chickens. Menaces. Yeah, we'll put it in here. And then we do need to give them a bale for bedding and feed as well. Maybe I should get a trailer. I'm assuming we do have a trailer, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to do a harvest. Yes, that one there, the farm tech. So that is located at Coldborough Farm in the end shed. This tractor needs a wash. It's a right mess. I don't think we started off with a pressure washer, but I will of course check. If we do have one, it's usually in front of the combine shed. It's usually pretty rare that we start off with a pressure washer, but there could be one. It's worth a look. There's our trailer. Yeah, let's just see. No. Well, that was expected. We could do with one though. Some people say you wash your tractors too much. I don't wash them that often, but I suppose there are occasions when I don't have to wash them necessarily. But I think this is one of those occasions when we do. It'll be there for the future as well. So it's amazing how expensive these pressure washers are, but it's worth it. Put it here. I'm hoping it isn't in the way. Give it a good wash. It doesn't need to be immaculately clean, it just has to be an improvement to what it used to be. That should do it. There we go. Okay, so we have a cleanish tractor. There is a speck of dirt at the front there. And our trailer is just through here. So yes, we do need to get a telehandler. being able to afford one is the tricky part. But I'm sure we'll be able to do it very soon. There is indeed contracting on this map as well, on certain fields, so we could do that at some point if we're ever short of a job to do. Our very nice John Deere is parked in the shed, which isn't too dirty, just the wheels have got a bit of dirt on them. But that is expected, has been doing quite a bit of work recently. The baler is here. We've got a cultivator and a seeder, some fertiliser. But yeah, I don't think there's anything we can sell. I will just check and see what we've got in storage. Quite a lot actually. So if we ever get a great demand, which we should do, we could sell some of that stuff. Now, we do need some of it straight away as feed. So we can choose. We've got pretty much everything. I think the first crop type is going to be canola. Although, we can choose. We should probably give them the cheaper crop, as it doesn't affect the productivity as far as I'm aware. So if we go on here, canola, sunflowers or soybeans, all of which being quite expensive, but which one is the cheapest at the moment? Obviously it is subject to change. So soybeans, 1554, 1610 I mean, 1656 and 14, yeah, so yeah, basically we should give them canola. We'll position ourselves under the tube and we will fill it up with some, not too much. That should do it. So this will be the start of their food. They do tend to take quite a lot of different things. They're very fussy eaters. I don't know if that is the reason behind it, but yeah, they seem to have everything. Every crop type. Spoilt pigs. Now one thing we could have done is modify the front loader which we owned, make it blue and stick it on this tractor, but we are going to need to have a telehandler anyway for other jobs, moving bales. I think really, although you can put a rear weight on the tractors, I think telehandlers can probably pick up more. But I just like telehandlers, I think they're good. And it's nice to have the tractor free without having the front loader on it. You can take it off, but it's just a little bit more hassle. Here we are, back at Yatton Ridge. And here comes the first load of food. Oh, not the chickens again. I'm going to get so annoyed with these lot here. Just hanging about, waiting to be crushed. Actually, I wonder if Harold is about. Yes, Harold the cockerel. This is where he originated from. I hope he's still alive. What would we do without Harold the cockerel? Yeah, I didn't think we needed too much. So, oh, come on. There he is! Harold! Get out from under my trailer. Hello, Harold. How are you? He just walks straight through a hen. If you don't know who Harold the cockerel is, it's probably worth watching my Farming Simulator 15 Coldborough Farm series. Yes, that is where he came from. There is no real reason behind his name. So thank you to the person who sent me the mod which allows you to reduce the price of the pig food and also increase the capacity of the pallet. I haven't installed it yet, I will do, don't worry. It's just been flat out the last few days. So it's not that I don't appreciate it, I really do. I just haven't had time to open the mods folder and drag it in. It sounds pathetic, but it's true. So thank you very much for it, I will use it very soon. So here we are back at Coldborough Farm. Let's tip this back into here. It can be quite a tedious job doing this, but once it's done, it's done. I don't think we'll have to renew their food too much as we play in real time. Next thing is going to be wheat or barley. I'm hoping. Wheat or barley, yes, we can do that. So here you go, you can have the cheapest crop. I will check this as well. Obviously you don't have to do this, but I am doing. Currently, the wheat is worth less. It is subject to change. So, wheat, that'll do. It's times like this when we need 2 trailers attached to each other. Downhill speed. This is what we need to stay on the road, otherwise we crash. Those of you who enjoyed my spin tyres video with the Challenger, yes, I'm going to do some more videos like that, I'm hoping. It's not really the style that you're used to when you're watching my videos. It's a bit manic, but I think it's fun. It can be quite funny to watch as well. But yeah, it was fun to record it. I think I should do some more. Anyway, here we go. The wheat. If you didn't enjoy your canola, you can have your wheat. They never take that much at all. If we had more pigs, they would require more, obviously, but yeah, we probably should have bought more to begin with. Anyway, it is getting greener. We need corn. The potatoes and sugar beet we'll deal with later, but corn is the final thing for now, and then obviously we need to get the straw as well. So there is a very small telehandler. I know a lot of people are going to say, why did you buy that thing? Because it is very small. But I think it might fit in quite well, actually. Despite it being a minute thing. I know I did just say about having a telehandler which can pick up more than a tractor, but we'll probably get 2. Yeah, no expense spared. One just for moving around bales and one for actually heavy lifting. And it is quite a long way between the different yards as well. As we have 2 animal yards, it would be a bit annoying to keep moving the vehicle between 2 places. So if we had the small one over at this farm and then the other one over at Chantry Farm, that could be better. I know financially it looks like a bit of a strange thing to do, but to be honest, I actually want to use that small thing. I've very rarely used it. I've used it once in the multiplayer server, and that's it. So I would love to put it into a single player series. From reading all the different comments in my videos, it is quite funny to read them. Like, in videos I do say some stuff which is wrong, which I think is okay, because yeah, I'm not obviously an expert on the game. I play a lot of the game, but I'm not an expert on it, so I can't say everything right. I try my best, but most of my followers do correct me when I'm wrong, which is great, always good to hear. Which means I'm learning from my mistakes, and you're probably learning from my mistakes as well if you're not that used to the game. But yeah, I think it is good in some ways that I make mistakes, because it stops other people from making the same mistakes. Anyway, corn is the thing we need. We don't need much at all, that would do. Although, could be a fairly major crop type. We'll give them a tiny bit more, just in case it requires it. Anyway, what we're going to do after this is we're going to come back here, get a full load of whatever crop is worth the most. I know it's not a great demand, it's just a good price. We'll then sell it, and hopefully we'll buy the small loader. We are going to do the silage harvest, and apparently another thing actually, which was mentioned in my video from yesterday, is in Farming Simulator 17 you can actually harvest a whole crop harvest when the crop isn't fully grown, which is fantastic if that's true, because that was a downside to 15. It always looked really weird harvesting a fully grown crop as whole crop, so that is great news. But yeah, going back to the silage topic, when we do it, which will be in the next episode, that would be a fantastic cash boost for us. We will ferment it first, then we'll sell most of it. We'll keep some for feed, but what we sell will be worth quite a bit, hopefully. And the farm will be a long way out of debt after that. And here we are, back for the final load before we do the straw. The straw does need to be done because we need at some point to do a manure muck spreading video. I have not done any. I can't believe it. It's one of my favourite jobs, bizarrely, but I love muck spreading. We need to do some. I'm hoping to do it within the next few episodes. Anyway, that's all good. They took most of it. It's a good job I added a bit more to the trailer, as they didn't have enough before. There are the bales from yesterday. We'll get one picked up, maybe even 2, and we'll put it into their complex. So I don't know if, because we had this issue before with Chellington, if you can just give them a bale. Apparently in Goldcrest Valley you can just literally give them a bale. because you can in real life just put the bale in their pen, cut the wrap and unravel it. If a farm is, well, I suppose a bigger farm, or if it's a farm worth more money, you can get a bale shredder and do it that way. But it just depends if that function is integrated into this map. I'm hoping it is, if it's true, because I've never actually seen it in real life before. I keep saying in real life, in person before. You see, this is the problem with Farming Simulator. It's starting to become too realistic in some ways. It can be dramatically improved to make it more realistic, but some things are pretty good. So much so that I get confused anyway, but that's not really too hard to do. But yes, if we can just give them a bale, that'd be great, without having to shred it. So I've been really busy today, working on the Kubota tractor, restoring it. I'm hoping, yeah, it's not going to be too long until the next episode. I actually haven't recorded anything yet, but because of the position I'm in now with the tractor, it's all going to be building it up, so it won't take that long to record the footage which is required for the video, which is great. So yeah, I'm hoping in the next week or so there'll be, maybe even less than that actually, there'll be a video. It's just been a slow process, sanding it all down and repainting it. Right, so this can go back into the pit. Meanwhile, we'll check this page here, as we need to sell the best, well, the most expensive crop. Sunflowers, but we don't have as much. Yeah, sunflowers. We'll go with sunflowers. Should be okay. We don't actually need the sunflowers for the pigs, as if we've got canola or soybeans. So that is all fine. There we go. Shame there isn't more. Just 65% of a trailer. Still, it will help. Can we cover them over so they don't blow out? Off to the store to sell these, and then hopefully we'll be able to buy the miniature loader. I can imagine there's some people who love it and some people who hate it, just because of the size of the thing. But in its own way, I like it. I don't think I've been to the biomass plant yet. We'll be doing that very soon. There's also the biogas plant. I think that's a different place, the BGA. We'll be doing that. We'll be going there when we do the harvest, as most of it will be going to there. Some of it will go over to Chantry Farm to be fermented, but yeah, most of it will just go straight there, ready to be sold. I'll have to get courseplay as well to be able to load it up, because if we get a lot of it, a lot of silage, it can take forever to sell. So courseplay is a great tool to use. Set the worker up. I think I can remember how to do it. I did it quite a few times in 15 after a lot of attempts, but once I got it going, it worked so well, and it just takes the boredom away of having to go backwards and forwards selling it. We can get on with something in the meantime, so that's all good. Anyway, the store is on the left, the sell point is on the right. We're going to both. If we can't afford the loader, then we will be taking a loan out, as I believe we'll be able to pay it back once we have sold the silage. Here goes. I think it's 60-something thousand pounds, so it's definitely not going to get to that. 42. Let's just see. It's in front loaders. Here it is. It's 60. Plus the forks, yeah. Or the spike, which is less, so that's alright. So yeah, let's just extend the loan. That's easy enough. It would have been way cheaper just to keep the other front loader. But as I say, we do need two. Where's the ATM machine? Is it over there? It could be. Not to worry, because we have got this one here. Borrow £30,000. That should be okay. Yep. And we will now buy it. Yep. And the spike. That's a good colour. We don't want to pay extra for paint. It's not worth it. Different colours. Where is it? Here it is. You see, if this was real life, that would be a big machine. It's just because we compare it to the other stuff, it just looks small. I think it's a bargain, really. £60,000 for a fully functioning tool. And it's new. All it's going to do is move bales. It's a great machine. Look at the little thing. Anyway, yes, we need to put not courseplay. We need to get courseplay. We need to put follow me on to return this back to the yard. At some point in the future we'll move the weeder, as that will be used when we plant a field. Off we go. I can imagine it being very slow. Yeah, it's slowish. But not bad for a machine this size. Actually, it is 1 mile an hour slower, I think, than the tractor behind us. I think it can do 26. It's a fairly nippy thing. I like it. It's going to be good. It's going to spend most of its time over at Yaton Ridge Farm with the pigs, so it's likely going to smell by the end of it, be covered in muck. Here we are, back at the main farm. We'll drop off the tractor. In fact, I think we should probably just reverse this back into the bay over here, and then we'll leave it attached. But if we can do the straw as well, without having to pay for a shredder, then we have totally done the pigs today, except for the potatoes and the sugar beet. But we'll deal with that later. It may be in the form of pig food. In fact, it probably will be. But let's just try out the theory once again. So many people have said that you can do this, so I can only assume that you can do it. And here we are back for however many times it's been. 5th time, is it? A Yaton Ridge Farm. This is a place we have been to many times today. Here are the bales. They're in a good place. You can just drive in and pick one up. It really doesn't matter which one. Just go for this one. It's a good thing about this machine, it's really small, so it fits in these tighter areas. And here we go, let's just work it out and see if we can do it. Somehow just give it to them. Now, where would it be? Here? Yes! It worked! It actually worked! Thank you to everybody who said it would work. It doesn't work on Chellington though, weirdly. Unless it does in an updated version. It could have been version 1 I tried it in. Well, that saves so much money. Why would you have a shredder then? Just to make it look fancy? I can understand in real life it's better, but in Farming Simulator it does the same thing. It's a good job we've got this bale store here. So many chickens. It's a good job they're invincible, these chickens. They never seem to die. Do they need 2? Just 1? Okay. Good pigs. So it should look really promising now if we go on here. Look at this. Everything except for the potatoes and sugar beet. That is fantastic. So we're going to leave it there today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now. Ow.